Welcome back to InfoFusion, where we delve deep into the stories that matter. In today's episode, we explore Canada, a nation known for its natural beauty, diversity, and peaceful reputation. However, beneath this serene surface, there are hidden elements that paint a more complex picture. Join us as we uncover Canada's lesser-known facets, including extremists, separatists, and the underbelly of crime. Extremists and separatists. Canada has long been a destination for those who seek refuge or support separatist movements. Besides the Khalistan Movement, which advocates for an independent Sikh state, there are other separatist ideologies finding a foothold within the Canadian landscape. A chilling past, Nazi haven. Shockingly, after World War II, Canada became a hiding place for Nazis. Some estimates say around 8,000 war criminals sought refuge here. They included former SS members, collaborators, and concentration camp guards, some of whom were even awarded the Iron Cross by Hitler himself. One shocking revelation came from an investigation led by Private Eye Steve Rambam. He discovered that a police chief from Lithuania, Antanas Kenstavicius, was living openly in Canada, who, with other men, under the supervision of Germans, murdered 5,000 Jews in 6 days, including children, in the town of Ignalina, Lithuania. The Khalistan Movement. One of the most prominent separatist movements in Canada is the Khalistan Movement. It seeks to establish an independent Sikh state called Khalistan. This movement has deep roots in Canada, with some leaders openly advocating for its cause. In the context of the Khalistan movement, the Kanishka aircraft bombing is a significant event. On June 23, 1985, Air India Flight 182, named Kanishka, was en route from Montreal to London, with a stopover in Toronto. The flight was targeted by Sikh militants in a terrorist plot. Despite prior warnings from Indian intelligence about potential Sikh extremist threats, Canadian authorities failed to act. Lax security, mishandling of suspicious bags, and a classified warning all contributed to the disaster, resulting in the loss of 329 lives. Inderjeet Singh Rayat was the only individual convicted in connection with the bombing, and critics argue that the Canadian government's response reflected a soft approach, especially towards those with links to the attack. The Quebec Sovereignty Movement. Another significant separatist movement in Canada is the Quebec Sovereignty Movement. It aims to make Quebec an independent nation separate from Canada. While it hasn't gained full independence, it has had a significant impact on Canadian politics. Cultural genocide, the shameful history of Canada's residential schools. The discovery of 215 Indigenous children's remains at a former school in British Columbia has shocked Canadians and drawn global attention. These children, some as young as 3 years old, were part of the state-sponsored residential school system, which sought to erase Indigenous culture and languages. The revelation has reopened old wounds, led to calls for justice against the Canadian government and the churches responsible for running these schools, and shed light on this dark chapter in Canadian history. Many Canadian policies have continued to this day and are having devastating effects on Indigenous communities. The genocide continues. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has publicly accepted the conclusion that this is genocide. Criminal activities and gangs. Canada isn't immune to criminal activities either. Some separatist and extremist groups have been associated with illegal activities, including drug trafficking, arms smuggling, and organized crime. According to the Canadian Police Survey on Youth Gangs in Canada, there are approximately 7,000 Canadian youth involved in 434 gangs across the country, with nearly half of them being under 18 years old. The reasons for youth joining gangs are multifaceted, including seeking security, a sense of belonging, social connections, access to substances, or as a means of income when education and job prospects are limited. Recently, a major embarrassment for Canada, Canadian Parliament gave a standing ovation to 98-year-old man Yaroslav Hunka who fought for Nazis. Canada remains a nation at crossroads, balancing its serene image with complex internal dynamics. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through Canada's hidden stories. If you found this exploration of Canada's complexities intriguing, we invite you to share your thoughts and comments below. Your insights and perspectives are invaluable to us. Don't forget to subscribe to InfoFusion for more in-depth insights.